Good evening, room 207 students, and here I am on this Monday night with Rossi. He's a little frisky tonight. I'm not sure he's going to stay in my lap, but I have another chapter to read you in Crenshaw, and we are on chapter 5, and this is the chapter where you get a good description of Crenshaw. So I'm going to go back to our first learning target, which was to visualize, and we're going to use that strategy tonight again. And then when you're reading on your own, I want you also to practice visualizing, okay? And so when you visualize, when you read or listen to a text, you make pictures in your mind that help you better understand the text. Okay, and I'm going to model that for you, and then I'm going to have you try it as well and prompt you with some questions to try it. This is a short chapter, and we're going to be visualizing, okay? And, okay, it's chapter 5. Ready? Here we go. The first time I met Crenshaw was about 3 years ago, right after first grade. It was early evening, and my family and I had parked at a rest stop off a highway. I was lying on the grass near a picnic table, gazing up at the stars blinking to life. So if I am visualizing this scene, I am seeing a little boy on grass with his hands behind his head, elbows out, looking up at stars in a dark sky, blinking stars, no real light of the moon, so he gets to see a lot of stars, okay? So that's happening in my mind as I read this passage, okay? That's visualizing. I heard a voice, a wheels on gravel skateboard sound. I sat up on my elbows. Sure enough, a skater on a board was threading his way through the parking lot. So threading his way through the parking lot. Thinking of a sewing needle going through thread. I could see right away that he was an unusual guy. He was a black and white kitten. A big one. So visualize Crenshaw now. Taller than me, skateboarding cat. His eyes were the sparkly color of morning grass. He was wearing a black and orange San Francisco Giants baseball cap. I think that might be orange. I don't know. He hopped off his board and headed my way. He was standing on 2 legs just like a human. Meow, he said. Meow, I said back, because it seemed polite. He leaned close and sniffed my hair. Do you have any purple jelly beans? I jumped to my feet. It was his lucky day. I just happened to have 2 purple jelly beans in my jeans pocket. They were a little smush, but we each ate one anyway. I told the cat my name was Jackson. He said, yes, of course it is. I asked him what his name was. He asked, what did I want his name to be? It was a surprising question, but I had already figured out he was a surprising guy. I thought for a while. It was a big decision. People care a lot about names. Finally, I said Crenshaw would be a good name for a cat, I think. He didn't smile because cats don't smile, but I could tell he was pleased. Crenshaw it is, he said. Right? And that is the end of chapter 5. And there's a little silhouette of Crenshaw. And you get a good idea now of a description of him. Combine that with the first chapter when he was being described as the cat, the hairy cat, a cat in a hairy tuxedo. So black and white tuxedo cat, not too different than Rossi Roo here himself, who's not pleased with me. He wants to get down, but he's such a patient cat. He just lets me. He's watching something outside the window. All right, so you all have a very good evening, and I will, or good morning, depending on when you watch this video. I will see you again tomorrow. And remember, when you're reading, visualize while you're reading and make those pictures in your mind. Okay. All right. Good night.